Those of you that are new to members, welcome and thank you for joining. This is going to be a 2024 yearly forecast. If you enjoy it and you would like to get a personal one, you can definitely do that on my website. They are available for limited time only. For most accurate predictions, I would suggest that you watch these from your rising sign and your rising sign only, although I have set the intention for it to resonate for your sun, moon, or rising. Um, Without further ado, we're just gonna go ahead and get into it. I didn't have too many channeled messages for Aries, but I do have some channeled messages for Taurus for the year of 2024. It feels like in the year of 2023, you may have gone through several things that you would otherwise consider or identify as salt being thrown in an already open wound. For whatever reason, the transits that are going to happen throughout the year 2024, it feels like there's a very slow moving or slow culmination or something of that nature, some sort of cycle that's closing out very slowly, but it also feels like it is happening very sweetly. For those of you, for some of you guys, this could directly relate to your seventh house, relationships, that sort of thing. It could definitely have something to do with your finances. Since it's a 2024 forecast, I'm going to try to look at all of those aspects. But again, if you want to know how it specifically is going to affect you, the transits particularly, then book a personal yearly forecast. Okay, so Holy Spirit, guardian angels, my beloved ancestors, thank you for allowing me to be a vessel to give messages to Taurus for their highest good and their highest good only. All right, Spirit, show me what's at the center of 2024. Ooh, for Taurus. Nice. Taurus, that's what I'm talking about. It says, have faith in your dreams. Waxing crescent moon. Bottom of the deck, you have a full blue moon. Believe in the impossible. One of the other channeled messages, something about when the sun enters Pisces, particularly in Vedic astrology. That takes place on March 14th. Be a significant date. Some of you guys may want to add that date to your calendar. Some of you guys may already have something on your calendar for March 14th. Something significant is going to happen at that time. Either it restores your faith in the dreams that you have. Something could be very significant about your dream space at that time. Some of you guys may want to keep a notebook and or a dream log close by throughout the month of March into the month of April. Okay, so let's see. You have January and or the first house. Oddly enough, you have Pisces sitting here. Second house, nice. Third house, fourth, fifth, sixth house, seventh house. That was a long pause, and it happens to be Saturn. That's by no mistake. 8th house, 9th house, 10th house, 11th, and 12th house. Oh, okay. So something unexpected is going to culminate this year. Either something unexpected is going to begin or something unexpected is going to end. I feel like this has a lot to do with Uranus aspecting your sign. But regardless of the fact, let's keep going. Yeah, you have planning here. It says now is the time to lay down the foundations for your future. Financial gains are more than likely. I can also see that here in the second house with semi-sextile. It happens to be crowning conjunction. So definitely something empowering happening in your finances and or happening in the second house. What is the underlying influence of this being here for Taurus? Wisdom. Nice. It says to focus on the past is to lose the future. Heed advice from an older person, which will allow you to move on. Bottom of the deck, you have romance, love life, and sexuality. Nice. Seems like there's going to be some sort of turnaround in your love life. I don't mean platonic, I mean romantically. I mean that very explicitly as well. I can see that here. So anyway, starting off with the first house, those of you who are not familiar with the zodiac chart or how the houses work, the first house is typically about how other people view you. It can also have a lot to do with your world mission, your purpose. Sometimes it can be kind of like a self-realizing epiphany as well. Having Pisces here is a very, very dreamy energy. I kind of get the vibe that like either in this year of 2024, like you're going to end up coming into the beginning of the year in a way that you did not otherwise imagine, or it could be that you're coming into the new year in a way that others did not imagine. I'm looking at the clock, at one of these clocks, and it says 3, 2, 1. So I definitely feel like there's some sort of countdown, possibly to some sort of like healing, some sort of like passionate like reconciliation between you and another individual. There is something very magical about January for Taurus, okay? When I do these, and I should have said this in Aries reading, you know, when I do the regular tarot readings, I kind of teeter in between Western astrology and Vedic astrology. And these yearly forecasts, guys, these dates, these zodiac signs, birth dates, all of the above, I am talking about Vedic astrology and Vedic astrology only. So definitely make sure that you look at your chart in Vedic astrology and watch for your sun, moon, and rising based on those placements, okay? So anyway, with this Pisces energy here, Jupiter, okay, is technically in Aries, and won't actually be in your sign until May of this year, which is interesting because you have Venus here aspecting it. But you know, for those of you that follow Western astrology, you definitely could have at least had a preview of what Jupiter is going to be expanding, or where you would find like luck, or where like your benevolence would be coming from in these first 5 months of 2024. Because it's retrograde right now, it doesn't go, I think it goes direct either on December 31st or the 1st of the year. Something very, very auspicious, very magical, I feel is going to happen right at the top of the year for Taurus, okay? Whatever it is, it allows you to plant new seeds and or reap some sort of benefits or harvest from the second house, from seeds that you planted back in May of 2023. May of 2023. Some of you guys, you may benefit from going to look at your camera roll, going back through emails, text messages, those sort of thing, like doing kind of like a year review. Specifically around May of 2023, it seems like something is going to actualize and or materialize between January and February. Whatever this is, it encourages you, it seems like, to continue to invest in one direction or another. Again, what's at the center is having faith in your dreams. So while some of you guys may have like planted seeds, you know, throughout 2023, you may not have seen the type of gains that you wanted to see. For some of you guys, I mean this in a tangible physical level, where you could have been changing your diet, or you could have been working out more, or you could have, you know, made some type of like promise to yourself, like I'm gonna be more spontaneous, or I'm gonna travel more, or you know, I'm gonna spend more time like being dedicated to like self-love, or I'm gonna work on my partnership or work on my marriage, or whatever the case may be. You could have had some disruptions, especially with Uranus aspect in your chart. You could have had a lot of disruptions in that area. It seems like January into February, something from the past that you were invested in, you get a renewal in your motivation, in your encouragement. For some of you guys, this could be something like a bonus at work, something you're feeling compensated by the cycle that you have exited out of. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Third house, you have the 12th house aspecting your third house. Again, This is a collective reading, so if you want to know what that means for you personally, then book a personal one. But there is something that I feel like you need to either surrender to, or in the very near future, there's somebody else who is surrendering to you, and it's happening in your immediate environment. The third house is, you know, typically about, first off, is ruled by Gemini, so Gemini could be of some sort of significance, okay? But it has to do with like our analyzation, our thoughts, our words, things that we learn, different information that we process. Um, and most of that information or things that you learned come directly from your immediate environment. So people who you live amongst, people who you work amongst, those sort of things. There's something that you're surrendering to. For whatever reason, this 12th house energy aspecting your third house, it looks like it's a blessing in disguise. And when I say that, like for some of you guys, like you may like around this time try to get like some sort of job. You could have tried to get a loan to buy a house. You could have tried to get a loan to buy a car. You could have tried to get like some sort of, you know, like grant or something like that to start a small business. It's something very tangible that is directly tied into your dreams, something that you dreamt of, or something. It's like, it's technically a fantasy until you get the seeds or reap the harvest to turn it into something other than a fantasy. Having faith in your dreams here, being at the center. Whatever this energy is, it's like something that either didn't go in your favor, you're about to find out why. It's a blessing in disguise. Or vice versa, something that does change and or transform or goes in your favor, you're gonna find out why. Again, too, like this is something that possibly happens on a subconscious level. It's more so like unseen, or it's something that you have an epiphany about, like on an emotional level. This is a watery energy for me as a reader. I feel like Pisces is one of the few signs that actually lives beneath their emotions, whereas, you know, Cancer and Scorpio can be a little bit more kind of like attached, you know, with their emotions, or they express their emotions outwardly. That's not always the case with Pisces. Pisces is more of like an airy kind of water sign. You could be tapping into that energy where there's like, how can I describe it? It's like on the outside looking in, because this is your third house, like people may be thinking to themselves like, you know, Taurus has been kind of quieter, Taurus has been kind of shaded, or, you know, again, like I said, there's some sort of wound that you probably feel like people have been throwing salt in, or whatever the case may be. People are now wondering, you know, like what was the result of the salt that they threw. Some of them didn't throw salt on purpose, you know, but there was kind of like a shady type of vibe that I feel like you had to deal with throughout the year of 2023. And it's like people are wondering where that has left you emotionally. Like if it created some sort of emotional baggage for you, did it create some sort of financial baggage for you, or whatever the case may be. I think that they're going to be very surprised to find out that whatever happened was a blessing in disguise for you, Taurus. Fourth house here, okay, you have a Virgo aspecting this energy. A Gemini, a Virgo could definitely be of some sort of significance. Cancerian, a Libra, and or a Taurus, another Taurus, could be significant. The fourth house is all about family. It's about background, roots, where we come from, your habits, your shelter. So like home life, comforts, things of that nature, creature comforts type of thing. To have the Alchemist here, there's like something from 2023 that may have made you tremendously uncomfortable. There's something about realigning that situation, that energy, that relationship to the point where it makes you comfortable. Either that, or there's somebody in your immediate environment that's going to be working very diligently to make sure that you are comfortable. It's kind of giving like I'm like, I want to use this kind of lightly because it's not going to resonate for everybody, but it's giving an energy of like kept woman or kept man or something of that nature. And for those of you where it's not going to resonate like with your actual like relationship, or you don't live with your partner or something of that nature, this could be an accommodation that's being made at work. This is crowning the 10th house, so somebody could be making some special accommodation for you at work, doing whatever they need to do that's necessary to keep you, Taurus. Okay. Moving into the 5th house, this is very much so about romances. It's about special affairs. It can definitely be about like parties and celebrations, things of that nature. The 5th house is ruled by Leo. Somebody that has a Venus in Leo could definitely be significant, or someone who has a Venus in Virgo, Venus in Leo or Virgo cusp could definitely be significant here. Somebody who has a Venus in Libra for whatever reason seems significant as well. Venus and Aries. Anyway, there's some sort of relationship that I feel like is being quote unquote beautified. I don't know why that doesn't really give me like great vibes. Like, yeah, in 2023 you could be paying closer attention to the details of a connection and or a relationship or a romance, and coming to some sort of realization that like it looks good but it doesn't feel good. That's kind of the vibe here. This could also be some sort of dynamic shift in like putting all your money, time, energy into work, and then moving your focus into love, or vice versa. If you've been heavily focused on love, connections, relationship, romances, and things of that nature, partying, socializing, throughout the year of 2023, you could be moving away from that in order to shift your focus to the 10th house, which is more so about career, responsibilities, your achievements, what type of legacy you're going to use or leave behind, or whatever the case may be. Again, this kind of opposite of Pisces, how I said like people could be viewing you as kind of like dreamy. They may even be like seeing the emotional side of Taurus, which, you know, we don't often see that. They could be seeing the emotional side of you prior to some sort of transformation, like taking something, you took something to heart, or you will take something to heart, or like, I hope that makes sense. But this is sitting here, this 10th house is sitting here with the in your 6th house. Again, so Virgo rules the 6th house. First of all, definitely heavy on like details, being very efficient, structured. This could have everything to do with like schedules, legit travel logistics. It also rules health, so like things that you eat, things that you consume, stuff like that. It feels like there's some sort of reward, or there's some sort of gain because of the attention to detail, either as it relates to your romance or how it relates to work. And for some of you guys, both is being aspected. Something's being refined, or something is being made perfect. Yeah, like I said, it's very like slow but very sweet. And then too, like when I'm looking at these different like tinctures here, I don't know why it looks like molasses or syrup or something like that. I'm hearing right now, like, I'm speaking to a Taurus that either in the last 6 months leading up to 2024, or in these first 6 months moving into 2024, or 2020, I'm sorry, the last 6 months of 2023, or moving into the first 6 months of 2024, somebody put their money where their mouth is. That's what I'm getting here most significantly. And it looks like it either has already paid off, or you saw some sort of preview of this back in May of 2023, but you could see like final results here around the summer of 2024. You're at the 10 by the time that we come through June, or by the time that summer begins to peak. It seems like you're at the 10, especially with Saturn being here. You know, like I say all the time, like Saturn delays, but Saturn never denies. Saturn always gives some sort of gift or a lesson or something like that, after being tested or after experiencing some great discipline or having to implement great discipline to get something done or to do something. Again, this is being crowned by this 12th house. So whatever it was that was delayed, it was a blessing in disguise. And it looks like by June, July, you're going to be reaping some type of reward for that. You practicing restraint, or how you overcame like some sort of difficulty, or exhibiting some type of like self-control, keeping your emotions like contained, or exhibiting some type of like maturity in a situation where otherwise people were expecting for you to kind of fly off the rocker. There's gains here. And then you have wisdom here on 2 different cards. For some of you guys, there could be an older individual. I don't like to read for death, but it looks like this could be an older individual that either already passed on, or I could see this happening in March. That could be significant. Somebody could lose an older relative in March or July. Something about the 12th, the 14th of March or something of that nature is very significant. There could be some sort of inheritance or something like that around that time. This is also the 7th house, you know, where Saturn is sitting here. So you could have learned some valuable lesson about your relationships, or will, around the summertime. May of last year into May of this 2024, it feels like there's some sort of wisdom gained, like either how you contribute to relationships, take care of people, whatever the case may be. Sitting here in the 8th house, you have conjunction, which again, this kind of gives me like inheritance. Inheritances do not always come from people passing away. So let me first make that disclaimer. Although that energy kind of seems like is here. Sometimes inheritance come from like just people, how would you describe, like people passing the baton, right? So this could be a situation where like somebody retires where you work, and then you end up inheriting some sort of responsibilities, or you end up inheriting like a pay raise, or something of that nature, like a new desk. I don't know, like, but this is giving inheritance, but it's something that you're already invested in, if that makes sense. Like just a plain straightforward inheritance like that, you normally get something that you're not invested in, right? Like it's someone else's house, it's someone else's money, you know, like if it's debt, right? Like if you're inheriting someone's debt, like it's their debt. You were not invested or a part of or a party to whenever they signed up for that debt or solicited that debt. This, however, seems like you were already invested in it. So this could be a situation where you already work somewhere and you get some sort of promotion. This could be a situation too where like somebody could be becoming like a partner. I don't know if I'm talking to a rising in Taurus that works for some sort of law firm or something of that nature. That could be significant. That's not going to be for everybody, but I can sense that energy. Whatever it is, it intensifies the faith that you have in your dreams. There are rewards, or you end up being rewarded for maintaining faith in your dreams. Maintaining loyalty is also something that I'm sensing here. Okay, moving into the 9th house, this is very, very auspicious to have Jupiter sitting here in the 9th house. The 9th house is already ruled by Sagittarius. Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So something about September is a very lucky and/or magical time, which I already said. This is being crowned by the 1st house. So something very, like something you didn't imagine, I see happening here. Something that could have taken a very long time, or there have been like a lot of behind the scenes things that have been going on. Because even when you look at like this 10th house, right, like you see the lights being set up, the carpet and all that good stuff, like somebody's about to roll out the red carpet for you, but you either don't know this, or you have your hand in this, but it's quiet and or secretive. Nobody's expecting this, or you're not expecting this. It could be a little bit of both. But there's definitely some sort of change of fate or change of fortune that ends up happening here. January to September. January and September seems like it's going to be very significant for you in the year of 2024, Taurus. I do feel like you need to maintain your optimism. It seemed like you could be experiencing some sort of challenges here around, I want to say maybe April all the way through July. You could be experiencing some sort of challenge. But then shortly after, moving into August, into September, there's something that empowers you or puts you back in an emotional space to stay on your path or to continue to, again, have faith in your dreams. Some of you guys could be moving. Some of you guys, there could be some sort of expansion in your family, like somebody could be expecting a child or something of that nature, and that you could end up, yeah, because I'm looking at this fish here, and this is also crowning expansion. That's not going to be for everybody, but for somebody, I do see an expansion in a family, which could lead to a bigger home, a bigger car, a bigger salary, or something of that nature. That's what this Jupiter energy is giving, okay? In the 10th house, you have the 11th house aspecting this, which is very, very, again, very auspicious. First off, whatever happens here, whatever preview you get around June or July, I would pay very close attention. I definitely would not have my emotions wrapped up in whatever happens here, whatever communications, combativeness, disagreements, that sort of thing. Don't too much pay attention to it, because Saturn is trying to either teach you a lesson or Saturn is trying to teach somebody a lesson that's in your immediate environment, okay? But when you come around here to this 10th house and the 11th house is sitting here, whatever happens in September, this puts you ahead of some type of curve. It puts you ahead of the competition, ahead of a curve, or ahead of a karmic lesson or something of that nature. It kind of is giving like a karmic redemption type of energy. The 11th house also rules like goals, business startups. It could have something to do that is humanitarian, you know. This could be an energy where somebody's deciding to start some type of nonprofit organization or some sort of business that like serves people, serves their community, or something of that nature. If that's something that you have in the plans, Taurus, I see there being big gains and or like the emerging of some type of support system sometime between September into October. And again, something about your connection or your relationship or your romance. Some of you guys could also too be dealing with a long-term relationship. Maybe you already are. Or for some of you guys, this could be something that ends up like blooming or blossoming in 2024. If that's the case, it seems like somebody could be traveling at a distance to see you or connect with you in the month of October. That, or there is a significant friendship that begins. Truth transcends illusions. Is something that I'm hearing very, very loudly. That is a like message that's connected to the animal spirit deck, particularly the dragonfly. There's also a dragonfly kind of in the background of this particular card. Somebody could have a dragonfly tattoo, or dragonflies could be significant to somebody. Yeah, I see you're going to be seeing somebody. I don't, for everybody it'll be different, but specifically somebody is going to know like, okay, this person does love me because of some sort of action. I want to call it a strategy. I don't know if strategy is the right word. It's like the distance that somebody goes to validate you. in the month of October is going to like solidify how you feel about this person or how they feel about you. Whatever this is, I see you could try to connect with this person in July and like things don't go right with this Saturn energy aspecting your chart right here. You could experience delays or some sort of disruption or something like that, or money is tight or something of that nature. Somebody was planning to come and visit you, or you were going to go and visit someone in another country, in another place, or take some sort of vacation or something of that nature. It may not actually go through or go well. If you try to do this around June or July, the weather could be significant as well. But it seems like it will be revisited between October and November. That and or a Scorpio could be significant, which I'm not surprised, especially if you're watching this for your sun, moon, or rising in Taurus. Scorpio would definitely be your 7th house, and all this is a scorpionic energy here. The 12th house, okay, this is all about the subconscious mind. You have the numinous here, and this card, I'm just gonna throw it out there, like this card is about psychic abilities. It's definitely about like the unknown, the unseen. It's an intuitive type of energy. This sitting here sextile with Pisces, I definitely feel like towards the end of the year, you definitely need to be trusting your intuition. For a lot of you guys, there's something that's going to happen here. You either are drawn to kind of like, I guess like the saying would be like roll with the punches. Something happens in the beginning of the year and you kind of like go with it, or you roll with it, or whatever the case may be. And it's because you trust your intuition. But I feel like you kind of struggle with that, even though you trusted your intuition, or even though it seems like this kind of was a blessing in disguise. That doesn't really reveal itself until we're kind of like spring into the summer. And it's like all around here, you're battling between like your intuition and like logic. It's not really logic. You're battling between like thank you, Spirit. You're battling between like your emotions and the grounded side of you, Taurus. You know, like if somebody asks you like, how can I describe this? This could be a situation where like you always wanted to start a business. You get some sort of email, you get some sort of text or something like that, or somebody tells you about like some sort of, it's like a special program or a certification, like, oh, if we go and do this for 3 months or 6 months or whatever, they'll give us the funding after, or something like that. Or a person brings you some sort of like bright idea, bright business idea, or something that falls out of the sky. It's very auspicious. It's very magical. Like I said, either that or you already know what this is and it was delayed up until the beginning of this year. So an opportunity presents itself with Pisces here with semi-sextile. Something allows you to invest in your dreams, but either after you make this investment or leading up to making this investment, you're struggling. You're like, I don't know if this makes sense, or I don't know if I should spend this money, or if I should spend my time or my energy or whatever. You could at the same time be experiencing, like I said, some sort of like issues in your relationship that makes you like not in the mood to do whatever this is. Please do not deviate from your plan, because again, something is a blessing in disguise. And you have to surrender to it. This is the 12th house showing up in March. Something in March is going to be significant by the end of the year. So trust your intuition about it, that it is a blessing in disguise. Do have faith in your dreams that everything is as it should be. Okay. Tell me about semi-sextile showing up here in the 2nd house for Taurus. Ooh. Okay. Coffin. You have false person and imprisonment. This is heavy. This could definitely be somebody passing away, guys. Like I said, it's not going to be for everybody, but this coffin sitting here with this 12th house with these angels carrying this same coffin-like type of object, this kind of looks like pallbearer type of energy. Either that, or like this could be the anniversary of somebody like passing away that was significant. This could be a Leo that is significant. 8/29, August 29th could be significant. For some of you guys, if this is more so like the anniversary or somebody passing, they could have passed away when you were 29 years old. Some of you guys, they could have passed away when you were 8, 19, or 12. Others of you, you may find out, this is so random, but this is what I'm seeing. Some of you guys may find out that you have some sort of inheritance or something like that. Like there's some sort of property or something that's passed down to you from somebody who was around in around 1912 or 1929 or something like that. Like this could have been something that was either, it could have been like an abandoned property, or this could be something where, like, how can I describe it? This could be a situation where like somebody lives in a like family house or something like that. Yes, I'm saying that. You have change here in concern. Somebody could live in some type of family house right now, and they've been living there for years. And you know, like they didn't think nothing of it. They thought after such and such passed away, or that was their right to live in that house, right? It could have been this person's husband or this person's wife, and then, you know, after that person passed away, like their children just naturally start living in that house or whatever. Somebody's gonna uncover something, or somebody's gonna discover something, some sort of will, a dying wish, a letter, or something like that. Or this is somebody passing away and them giving some type of familial secret before they pass away, and it ends up changing some sort of inheritance. You're going to find out that somebody is a false person. They have some type of concern about a significant change as it relates to property, possessions, that sort of thing. But it's a gift. You otherwise would consider it a gift. For some of you guys, again, like I said, a Virgo could be of some sort of significance. Okay. Tell me about this Venus aspecting the 5th house here for Taurus. It's in reverse. Courtship. So again, I think I said like there's an energy of either you shifting your focus away from a relationship because you are going to pivot to focusing on your career, your legacy. It could definitely have, this is a sextile energy, so it could definitely have something to do with something that you inherit, or something that ends up taking a lot of your time, your energy, your money, to the point where you cannot invest in some sort of like romance. On the bottom of the deck, you have the Lover's card here, and then you also have Great Fortune sitting here. So like I said, this is a Uranus energy. You're gonna end up gaining something of value. Gain something of value, and in the midst of you gaining, it's like whatever this is, when you first get it, you don't think that it is of value. Because look how little this gift is. Like you don't, or the way that something is presented, you don't see the bigger picture. But again, this is opposite of Jupiter. So something about it is bigger than you think it is, or it's a small token, a small seed, a small investment that's going to be massive, or is going to be create like a lot of luck, or it has a lot of potential if you put the time, money in, whatever this is. But at the same time that you're getting this, when you, like I said, Pisces can also be an illusion type energy. When you first get it, you feel like it's something you think is smaller than what it is, and you don't consider it of value initially. But the more that you either hear about it, learn about it, research about it, find out more about it, or something of that nature, this connection or this relationship, this romance over here starts to be less, it starts to be less of value. Because when you look at like this Great Fortune card with these lovers, see how like the lovers here, it's like the Stone Age. Like it ends up becoming something of the past or a distant memory, where your inspiration or your life force energy, how you invest, having faith in your dreams. Something about these butterflies here, having faith in your dreams. It requires you to possibly be single or something like that. Or it requires you to do something alone where you otherwise would have thought that you were supposed to do it with someone else or a partner or something like that. What's expanding? Why is Jupiter? I was gonna ask about Saturn. So you have despair here. So like I said, there could definitely be some sort of like challenges here. Some of you guys, as it relates to like career, job, that sort of thing. Those of you who have some sort of position and authority, take this how it resonates. If you don't think this resonates with you, then don't take it or get a personal reading. But somebody who has some sort of position of authority, they're going to lose that position sometime between June and July. But externally, there's some sort of sudden wealth. You have main female here in sudden wealth, and this says 211. And you have 11 here again. So this is 11, a blessing in disguise. Something's going to end up being a blessing in disguise. Tell me about Jupiter here, please. High honor. Yeah, there's gains. There's major gains, but you have to let go of something. I keep seeing these butterflies, and this for me as the reader is kind of like an 11-11 type of energy. You have 11-11-11 here, and then you also have house. So again, like I said, it feels like there's some sort of like inheritance or something. You have a message of concern here. Okay. How does Taurus view this sudden wealth with main female? Igniting the exciting, finding your soul's purpose, talent. It says new chapter, new path, life change. It says to share your unique gifts. This is definitely a twin flame energy for me as a reader. You have 11-11 here with the 11th house. This is a twin flame card for me. And then to have this like flame energy kind of come out. And then it says acts and surprise. So something has to be cut off. That may not be a surprise to you that you have to cut something off. Tell me a little bit more about this connection or this relationship. Challenge. You have to stop something, and then this is future you now. You're already that person. You have dating, then you have fake profile. Okay, this is hella random, but I know it's for somebody. Somebody is dating somebody who's highly intuitive, but they don't use their gifts in a great way. Like with this Virgo, the alchemist, this can sometimes show up as the magician. It can show up as somebody who's a little bit like tricky, witchy even. Whoever this is, like they're not who you thought. They're not who you think that they are. With fake profile here. And in fact, like when I say that this person is intuitive, like this person knows that you have some type of inheritance. Even if you don't know, they do. They may not know all of the details, although I highly doubt that, because this Virgo energy is all about the details. This says achieving your dream, bucket list. You have arrived. You're already that person. Whatever this is that you're, this gift, this sudden wealth, this person sees either like they're psychic and they literally legitimately see your future, even though you don't. Or they have read tarot cards to get some sort of indication of this 10th house, some sort of fame, notoriety, legacy, or something like that that's going to be coming your way. And they got the handout. See? They got the handout. Do be mindful. Use your discernment, especially around like from April through July. Something about a connection, a relationship, somebody who you're dating, sleeping with, or something like that. Be careful. Can you tell me about the first house showing up here? Yeah, respond versus react. Tell me one more thing. Ooh. So see, I said something was going to be like a slow, like some sort of culmination, a cycle closing out. This is receiving some sort of official document or something like that. This, for some of y'all, this could be a deed to a house. This says new life phase or stage in a relationship. Someone has grown, healed, and or evolved. Clarify. Emotional intimacy. I feel like you need to keep your heart close to you. And then you got worthiness. There could be somebody who's coming in around the end of the year of 2024. They're worth taking some type of risk on. But I can tell you right now, it ain't the same person that you're either dealing with, dating, or sleeping with, or whatever, or married to, or living with in between the months of March and July. Whoever this is over here, they ain't it. Okay. Any other messages for Taurus, please? Tower. Telling y'all something very unexpected is going to end up happening and or occurring. And whatever it is, you're shaded, you go into hermit mode. If you have been socializing throughout 2023, you might end up going again into some sort of like hermit mode. Some of you guys, where like I am kind of picking up on a passed over loved one, this person could be an Aquarius. Particularly, I'm picking up on Virgo. I'm picking up on Virgo very strongly. Yeah, Four of Swords with the Eight of Pentacles. There could be a Virgo that you end up inheriting something from. Yeah, look, I said it was a pallbearer energy, and here go the Page of Pentacles, and there go the pallbearers. And see, like, it could be an air sign that ends up reaching out to you or connecting to you or revealing to you that there's something of value that was left for you. But again, like with this Page of Pentacles energy, it's like when you originally received this offer or this money or this inheritance or whatever this is, when you first get it, you don't think much of it. Take a second look. All right. Can you tell me a little bit more, Spirit, about the theme throughout 2024 for Taurus? Last message, judgment. Somebody is like, embarrassed, ashamed that some sort of secret has been kept from you for so long. Yeah, look, Wheel of Fortune here with judgment. Somebody's presenting some sort of truth. This could be an older woman for some of you guys. Could definitely be an air sign. And for others of you, this person is passed on. This is somebody who's either going to like work very hard in between realms, like to get you to see something or to realize something, or is going to work through other individuals to deliver this truth to you. Taurus, that's your reading. I hope that this brings you love, light, and clarity. Definitely come back and visit this reading throughout the year. I'm sure that, you know, some of the messages do not make sense, or, you know, you may be thinking right now like, that ain't got nothing to do with it. It might. So come back and check this out throughout the year. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.